verses 7 through 10. All found. Say amen. Amen. If you need a moment, say hold on. I'm holding. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, beginning at verse number 7. I'm going to read from the Message version. You feel free to follow along in the version that you have. And there you in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12, beginning at verse number 7, you will find these words. Because of the extravagance of those revelations, and so I wouldn't get a big head, I was given the gift of a handicap. Somebody say gift. Gift. Paul said I was given the gift of a handicap. Well, Paul, why would you say it was a gift? I was given the gift of a handicap to keep me in constant touch with my limitations. If you have the King James, that version there, it says, I was given a thorn in the flesh. Satan's angel did his best to get me down. What he in fact did was push me to my knees. No danger then of walking around high and mighty. At first, I didn't think of it as a gift and begged God to remove it. 3 times I did that. And then he told me, my grace is enough. It's all you need. If you have the King James there, it says, my grace is sufficient. My strength comes into its own in your weakness. Once I heard that, I was glad to let it happen. He said, I quit focusing on the handicap and began appreciating the gift. It was a case of Christ's strength moving in on my weakness. Now, somebody say now. Now. King James says, therefore, now I take limitations in stride and with good cheer. These limitations that cut me down to size, abuse, accidents, opposition, bad breaks. Paul said, I just let Christ take over. And so, the weaker I get, the stronger I become. I'm going to read that last verse one more time, if you don't mind. Okay. Verse number 10. Now, I take limitations in stride and with good cheer. These limitations that cut me down to size, abuse, accidents, opposition, bad breaks, I just let Christ take over. And so, Because I let Christ take over. Because I gave it over to the Lord. Because I took my burdens to the Lord and I left them there. Because I let Christ take over, he said, the weaker I get, the stronger I become. Plucked by a thorn. That is your message. That is your subject today. Plucked by a thorn. You may have your seats in the presence of Almighty God. Y'all pray with me and pray for me. In our text this morning, it is revealed that Paul had a relationship with God that was special. See, Paul was allowed to witness some things that few have been able to witness. In the earlier verses of the chapter, you see that God allowed Paul to see and hear some things connected to what is called the third heaven. See, the third heaven is God's dwelling place. I'm reminded of the words of Jesus in Luke chapter 23, around verse number 43, where the Bible says, Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise. Paradise is that other world, the unseen world, that spiritual world, that spiritual dimension of being. Paul was able to see this place, and he saw some things that he described as unspeakable. It's important for us to understand that sometimes God moves us to a higher level of spiritual maturity. Because in verse number 4 it says, how then he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words which it is not lawful for man to utter. But I stopped by to tell somebody this morning that no matter how high we get spiritually, our best is still as filthy rags. The Bible still tells us in the book of Isaiah, we are all as an unclean thing, and all of our righteousness are as filthy rags. But I like the Message version of that reading where it says we're all sin infected, sin contaminated, and our best efforts are grease-stained rags.
All right, man.
If in fact we are all infected, if in fact all of us are contaminated, then all of us need some medicine. All of us need to stand in line and get our spiritual penicillin. There's no need in looking down on the nose or looking down the nose of those that we consider are beneath us. All of us need a prescription of some grace. Paul had experienced the spiritual power of Christ. God had given Paul deep and intimate spiritual experiences. But sometimes as humans, our flesh can get the best of us. Therefore, there was the danger that he might begin to think too highly of himself. Therefore, God gave Paul a thorn in the flesh. Matter of fact, Paul said on one occasion to the church at Rome, before I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. But I want us to have a talk with Paul this morning, because I believe that there's some things that we can learn about a thorny situation. First thing I can see this morning is that Paul reveals to us in the text that sometimes God permits certain things to come into our lives to keep us humble.
All right.
Some of us need to be humble. Amen. God resists the proud, but God gives grace unto the humble. And if we're going to learn how to deal with a thorny situation this morning, we have to learn how to be humble and deal with a dreadful situation. Paul needed a thorn to keep him ever mindful that he was no better than other men. Now notice that Paul does not tell the church at Corinth, he does not tell the church what his thorn is. But Paul describes his problem as simply a thorn. What's the point here? Whatever the thorn was for Paul. See, that's important right there. Paul had a thorn that caused him. Y'all got quiet. Paul had a thorn that created a problem for Paul. The reason why this thing was a problem for Paul because this thorn caused pain, and the pain was always there. Has anybody here ever had a thorn? Anybody here have a thorn right now? Anybody understand what Paul is coming from when Paul said, I have a thorn in my flesh? That word thorn there means either thorn or stake. It means that there are many guesses. People want to know what was the thorn. I don't understand for the life of me. Some people just got to know something. Right. So some people just want to know everything and just want to be all in your business. Never mind the fact that when they pass by the mirror, they got the same ugly reflection that you got. But somebody want to know for Paul, what was the thorn? There are some guesses about what the thorn was. Perhaps his thorn was spiritual suffering because he was such as constant attacks by the devil. Anybody ever felt like the devil just don't leave you alone? Sometimes, and I'm an early riser. Sometimes the devil beat me up. Well, I get up at 3 and 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, the devil sitting on the side of the bed and telling me good morning. Now, I'm talking about Brown. I know that, some people don't understand that. Some people just wake up and every day is a good day. But sometimes in my mind, you ever just had a day when you just wake up and you just, instead of thanking the Lord, you say, oh Lord. I got to go over here and deal with that thing. Or I got to go over here and deal with that person. Sometimes the devil beat me up, and the devil don't look like, they say God don't sleep. The devil sure enough don't sleep. The devil's always there. Maybe Paul had some physical suffering. But what Paul wants us to know is that the devil has a plot. Do we know that the devil has a plot for us? Amen when you can. Paul understood that the thorn represented the messenger of Satan. And Paul reveals to us in the text that he was picked out by God to be picked on, oh Lord, by the devil. Picked out by God to be picked on by the devil. Tell somebody he was picked out to be picked on. Just like God allowed Satan to afflict Job for his glory, he also permitted Satan to afflict Paul to keep him humble. To keep him humble. Sometimes we get full of ourselves. Sometimes we want to itemize the things that we do for God. Lord, I attend every worship service. Lord, I give as I should. Lord, I visit the sick. Whenever I get the word that somebody is sick, Lord, I pray 2 or 3 times a day. And sometimes we can get full of ourselves when we begin to itemize to God the things that we have done. But God permitted Satan to afflict Paul to keep him humble. Text says that Satan was permitted to buffet Paul. That word means to beat or strike with the fist. But the text also reveals that during these attacks, Paul took a knee break and sent some knee mail 3 times. Sometimes we get too far advanced and we forget to pray.
All right.
Sometimes some of us we've gotten too cute to pray, Brother Conley. So, see, I pray all. And listen. I won't call the name, I don't want to get in trouble, but the place I work for, I'll say it that way. The place I work for, some people don't like the idea of praying while I'm there. Can I say that? I'll say it that way. But let me tell you something, friends. There is nothing that them folks can do to me to stop me from praying. If anything, what you're gonna do is make me pray more. Because I don't pray. If I don't say a prayer right now, there's gonna be some furniture moving up in here. And what y'all need to understand is that there's power and there's value in power. I remember a time we used to be able to pray in school. That's right. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Some of us remember we used to be able to pray in school. And then we allowed somebody to take prayer out of the school. I heard a joke one time. Somebody said, as long as they still have tests, there's going to be some praying going on. But Paul went to God 3 times. Take this thing away from me. Have you ever been there? Has anybody here can relate to what Paul is talking about? I know some of us today have already been fitted for our halo and our wings, and some of us even still have the nerve to strut around like God owes us a favor. But there are some times when I have to go to God and say, God, I need you. And I need you right now, because that thing is working on me. That thing is wearing me down. The devil been around a long time. The devil is good at what he does. You can't be too smart if you think you're going to box with the devil by yourself. I said by yourself. Now, I can talk all the trash I want to when I'm hidden by the blood of the Lamb. Amen. Here I go again. You know, back in the day, back in the day we used to fight.
All right, now.
We used to fight. We used to fight. But now they want to stab you and shoot you and all that. But back in the day, we used to fight. And somebody knows something. And we used to go get a little stick or something. Anybody? Anybody? You go get a stick or something. When you're feeling really froggy, go get you a stick or something, put it on your shoulder. We say stuff like this. If you bad, like you think you bad, come over here and knock the stick off my shoulder. And even further still, Anthony, some of us will draw a line in the sand. Oh, see, anybody? We'll draw a line in the sand. And we will stand behind the line. And we talk plenty trash as long as we stand behind the line. So the line was the border. Now, if you think you want some of this, come jump across this line. And me and you gonna have to rumble. But there's always somebody standing behind you, talking more trash than the one that's in the front. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody always behind you, talking more trash than the one that's in the front. And that's what I'm trying to help somebody today. As long as I'm standing behind Jesus, I can talk all the trash I want to, but that devil can't touch me. Talk plenty trash as long as I'm covered by the blood of the Lamb. Now, if you ain't covered, you might want to watch your back. You might want to hush. You ain't got no coverage. You need coverage. Some of us need some courage. But Paul said, I asked God 3 times to move this thing from me. And if I'm honest, I've asked God to even take some things out of my life. I've asked God to take some people out of my life. But there are three reasons that God refused to hear Paul. First, God wanted to guard Paul against Paul being puffed up. We talked about that before. Some people get puffed up sometimes. They get full of them. You know, in the old days, my mom would say, "You're smelling yourself." Smelling yourself. Secondly, God wanted to reveal his power in Paul. The weaker the vessel, the more God is glorified when the vessel really serves God. But listen to what God said. He said, "My grace is sufficient for thee." The very presence, the love, the favor. Has God ever showed you favor? The favor and the blessings of God are sufficient to help the believer walk through any suffering. And that's the key, because we want God to take us out of the suffering. We want God to remove the suffering from us. But when God shows you favor, some people just get mad when you ain't said nothing. That's true. You just sit and bask and smile in the favor of God. When God shows you grace, when God shows you love, when God shows you, when you are confident that no matter what the situation is, that God is right there with you. That word sufficient means the power or strength to withstand any danger, no matter what it is. God's grace within the believer can carry the believer through anything. And that's why we got to stay prayed up. Amen. This is why we need to be studying. So that when trouble comes and knocks on our door, we are already covered by God's grace. And then he said that my strength is made perfect in weakness. See, to some of us, that don't make good sense to some of us. The weaker, listen, the weaker the believer, the more God can demonstrate his strength. See, if a man becomes self-sufficient, if a man becomes full of himself, that man has no more need for God. But if the man is weak, that man understands that he needs God. He needs God's help. He needs God's provision and the sufficiency of Almighty God. Most gladly, therefore, will I glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Note the point of the statement: infirmities or weaknesses are purposeful. We don't like that sometimes. We don't like the fact that God allows some things in our lives to happen on purpose. The believer suffers for a reason, and that reason is that the power of Christ may be demonstrated and clearly seen in his life. Thirdly, God wanted to teach Paul to live for Christ's sake. Sometimes we get lost in our own will and we want to live for our own sake. But the Bible says that the power of Christ may rest upon me in my infirmities, meaning all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of weaknesses, whether it be moral, whether it be physical. The power of Christ may rest upon me in reproaches, meaning ridicule. Anybody been ridiculed before?
All right now.
Insulted, slander. Anybody ever been talked about?
All right now.
Power of Christ may rest upon me in my necessities, meaning those hardships, sometimes hunger and thirst and lack of shelter or clothing or any other type of necessity. How about in persecutions, whether it be a verbal or physical attack, abuse or injury? The power of Christ may rest upon me in distress, in those tight situations, in those perplexities, in those disturbances, in those anxious moments, sometimes we get distressed. When the believer is weak, he is strongest. How is that? By the power of Almighty God. And the power of Christ is much stronger than all the combined forces of mankind. The great need of the believer is to acknowledge his weakness before the Lord. When he does, the Lord pours his strength into the believer. The Lord empowers the believer to overcome and conquer all kinds of infirmities or calamities. But thanks be to God today that he's telling us the same thing that he told Paul. He's telling us today that his grace is sufficient. And his grace was all that he needed. I stopped by to tell somebody this morning to let you know that God's grace is still sufficient. Because when we are weak, God infuses us with his grace to strengthen us in our thorny situation. You see, it was grace that blew the wind across the Red Sea, that allowed Moses to cross on dry land. It was grace that showed up in the fiery furnace and turned the fellowship hall, the furnace rather, into a fellowship hall for the 3 Hebrew boys. It was grace that put the lions on a vegan diet while Daniel was there in the lion's den. It was grace that knocked Goliath down with one smooth stone. It was grace that healed Peter's mother-in-law. It was grace that took 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread and fed 5,000 people. It was grace that woke us up this morning. Grace that guided us to the house of the Lord this morning. Grace that let us come in here and worship God. Grace that let us breathe our very next breath. It was grace. We need to be thankful this morning for God's grace. It is all that we need in the midst of our thorny situation. And as I come to a close, we will not get ready to close. You see, it was, what's all that for? But see, it was grace who stepped out on nothing, took nothing, and made something. It was grace that took silicone and oxygen and made the dirt. It was grace that took dirt and dust and took the dust and made a man. It was grace that took a man and made a woman, put them together and told them to be fruitful and multiply. It was grace that took angiosperm and made a seed, took a bush and made a tree, took a tree and made wood, and then took the wood and made an altar on a hill called Calvary. God sent his son that we might have salvation, but I don't know about you this morning, but I thank God for his grace, because Jesus died on a hill called Calvary. He died that we might have salvation. He died that we might live. He died, but early one Sunday morning, the Bible tells me that he got up before the chicken could cluck. He got up before the morning dew would fall down on God's green grass. The Bible says that he got up with all power in his hand. It was grace. It was grace that took care of Paul in the church of Christ. I don't know what that is, Brother Taylor, but some things that we just don't talk about. I don't understand that. Because we I don't know. Can I?
Go ahead. Keep it real.
I'm glad this morning. I'm glad this morning that God showed me grace.
Amen.
I'm glad. And I got sense enough to know it ain't nothing that I did.
That's right.
It ain't nothing that I've done. Nothing that I'm thinking about doing. It ain't nothing that I'm gonna do to earn the privilege of God's grace. Think about what God said. My grace is sufficient. No matter what it is that you're going through. No matter what your thorn is. See, all of us have different thorns. I got 2, 3 thorns. I got 2, 3 thorns. But all of us got a thorn. And it's in those moments when you're weak and when you're down, when you beat up, when you think that, see, I keep having these little visions and things. I like the old Popeye cartoons. Everybody know about Popeye? Anybody know about Popeye? I'm talking about the old black and white Popeye. Olive oil never gained no weight, but I'm talking about the black and white Popeye. Popeye said, that's all I can stand. Can't stand no more. He popped that can of spinach. That God's grace is like a can of spinach. When you get to the point to where that's all you can stand, and you can't stand no more, we got to learn to pop that can of spinach. Just pop your can. When you go to work tomorrow night and that boss get on your last nerve, just pop your can of spinach. Just pop your can. Some of our children get on our last. Churn not, I don't know what it is. Anyway, churn sometimes make you pop your can of spinach. Amen, somebody. You gotta pop your can sometime. And just for your own encouragement, just learn to pop your can. Let me see if I can hold your hand up. Let me see if I can hold your hand up. If you don't mind, just shoot me one time, Anthony. Now, this is just me and you talking. This is me and you. Anthony, go ahead and pop your can. Let me see you pop your can. You got 2 cans? Go pop both of them. Hey, anybody want to pop? Anybody need to pop the can? Anybody need to pop the can? I gotta pop the can. Yeah. I popped the can on Sunday. Popped the can. The devil tried to get me in the office again this morning. In the office. He ain't got no key, but he showed up. I had to pop the can. If you're here today, and this message has meant something to you, this message has resonated with you, and you see that you need some strength, you need some help, you need some grace. Let me tell you something, friends. If you're not a member of God's Forever family, he said, hear the gospel, believe the gospel, repent of your sins, confess Christ to be God's son, and be baptized in the water of grave of baptism for the remission of your sins. And once you've done that, keep your can. Matter of fact, that's when you need your can.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's when you need your can. And when that devil show up in your family, at the house, on the job, down the street, in the church house before you hit them, just pop your can. And remember that God's grace is sufficient. Where are you this morning? Examine yourself, make the proper